got a new product to share that you are going to love. Hey everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and my studio. Today I'm sharing a really fun stenciled card project, but I'm also sharing the brand new product from Waffle Flower Crafts called Grip Mats. Grip Mats are designed to hold your cardstock in place while you are creating. It'll make more sense once we get into it, so stick around. That card project and the new products are coming up next. Here's a look at some of the products I'm going to be using today, and the first thing I want to show you is this really cool Postage Collage coloring stencil. It's 2 layers, and we're going to make some fun little patterns on a piece of cardstock, which I've already trimmed out, but I'm going to set this aside because what I'm excited to have here today are the brand new grip mats. So I have actually all of the sizes. So thank you to Waffle Flower for sending me these. This is the 8.5 by 8.5 grip mat. And I think this is going to be a really game-changing tool. I've never used it, but I will also be sure to link below in the description box a video that you can watch from Neenah from Waffle Flower explaining all the different sizes and how they work. I do have my stencil extender, and this is a really cool idea to go with these mats for holding stencils such as these sizes in place while you are blending. Wait till you see though how you can also mask while you're blending using just the pieces inside here. So let's get set up for ink blending. So what you get inside each grip mat is you're going to get 2 guides that you can use to help place and lay things out. And that is one part, but the other part is a photopolymer sheet. This is the same type of material that is used for stamps, right? That we make our stamps out. But here, when we take this off, we have a sticky mat that we can do our blending on to hold our cardstock and stencils. You got it. Okay. All right, getting that off there. And for today, I don't think I'm going to use the guides because I am just using the mat itself. So I am going to go ahead and place my mat down right onto the glass. And as you can see, it's going to stick to the surface. And now I can go ahead and peel this part off to reveal the other sticky side of the mat. But here's the cool thing. I'm going to keep these handy for doing some masking. So let me grab a few more things that I need. I'm going to, let's see here, take this first stencil. This one is the one that has the 1 of 2 etching. And this is what I'm going to use to create backgrounds. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to place my cardstock down. I'm just using this as a visual so I can kind of see what I'm doing. And now this will be held in place on my sticky mat. Then I'm going to take the stencil extender. I'm going to bring this out and I'm going to pop out this part from the inside. And you can save all these pieces too because they can all be used to help guide things. But now all I have to do is place this down. And the nice thing about this little friend, let's get that lined up, is that, what did I get? Yeah, is that now this is going to hold my stencil in place when I bring this in. So I'm going to put the stencil in first. All right, there we go. There we go. It's going to eliminate the need for all the tape. So we're going in here. There we go. We're going in here. See how it goes right in. And this is for especially this size of stencil, which Waffle Flower makes a lot of these. And it's a wonderful size. Easy to store, right? Get you in there too. Going in. But this template piece also has, oh, come on now, where you can use 6 by 6 as well. And we can line this up again on our paper like that and press. And now everything is held into place on the mat. I'm going to probably create, I think I'm going to do a little color all around, but I'm going to do that, well, I don't know if I want to do that in gray, but I'm going to worry about that in a second, because here's the fun thing that you can do with your acetates. Okay, take your acetate like this, and when you press this down, it's going to hit part of your sticky mat, and you can use these pieces, right, to be masks, so you have to use less tape. Now, I could also bring in, check this out. This is crazy. Bring in this. All right, just get that lined up there. And again, holding that down, you can use these because they can all be wiped off. Now, I am going to have to move, I think I'm going to have to move this. I'm going to move this down. Move it out of the way for a second to show you. No tape required. Coming in here. Oh my goodness, look at that. Go like this. And all I have to do is ink blend in here. So let's zoom in just a tiny bit. This is a very intricate stencil, right? Because there's a lot of different things, but that's what's kind of cool about it, is that now, well, I'm actually going to put that up here. Let me get my ink blending brushes. But now this little area can be masked off, and here I'm just going to, grab my little bit of, I'm going to actually do a little tapping. Everything's in place, and we can just add our blend like this. Okay. One little square. Trying to get a little shadowing here. Done. And then all you have to do is repeat the process. Now I am going to be moving things and lifting them and shifting. But again, that's in place. We're going to pick this guy up. I'm going to come over, I guess we'll lift you up because we don't need you there anymore. But this way, if you don't want to have a ton of tape going on, you can just do this and stick things down and not have to use as much tape. Oh, see, there we go. And let's go down here. And that sticks to the bottom. Again, you have to hold it in place, right? If you're using a stencil that has all this opening like mine, just want to make sure that you're masking. And again, we'll go like that. So I'm going to put some music on and fill in this first layer, and then we'll take a look at what we have. Now, I don't think I'm going to use the actual postage outline on this because I have a plan. So I'm going to move on to the next one. Okay, so I'm going to take that up. All right, get that up. And now all I have to do is come here. Look at how nice that looks. Oh, love it. And take my second stencil. Okay, make sure that's in the extender like that. I'm actually just going to do a tone on tone, but I'm going to darken it up a bit. So let me put on some more music and I'll fill all this in. Okay, I decided to stop placing this down because, I was going to town, and so here's what it looks like. Now these can just be wiped down before I put all of this away. Check it out. I can just lift the corner and lift this up, and I now have a really fun little pattern here on my paper. And what I'm gonna do, look at that fun tone on tone. I'm gonna die cut this because I have a die. But anyway, I hope this was fun to see. I love the idea of a sticky mat, right? It's very easy to clean. You can just run this under water if it gets dusty, but I'm going to simply wipe all these down with a damp cloth and then place them all back together. So that is my first attempt at using the sticky mat, and I think this is going to be wonderful for ink blending and other types of blending where you want to hold things in place. All right, moving on. Here I have the Postage Collage Die, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do here. We are going to line this up, and I'm going to run this through my die cut machine. Now, I am currently playing with a brand new die cut machine, and that is the Gemini 2. The Gemini 2 comes with larger plates, but that is not that's a size that's just too big for me. For my space, because my space is pretty small. And what we're going to do here is we are going to go ahead and run this through the machine. All right, we're going to take this. I'm just going to flip it because every time I run through, I'm going to flip it. But listen to how quiet this is. I mean, except for the pops, but I have mine on the optional, it's a Lazy Susan that you put to the underside, but we are giving this a good workout over the next month. Now, there are my plates currently. I'm going to be testing out, oh, look at the cut. My gosh. Oh my gosh, look at all the little bits. That cut beautifully. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to get some foam tape on this cutie patootie and find a greeting, and we're going to finish out the card. Wow, that cut amazingly. For my greeting today, I'm going to use a stamp from an older set. This is called Sentiment Editions 2, but I want to show you something really cool, so let's do it. Take your magnet out. Take my pad out, which I always have taped into place, and I'm going to set this aside because there is also a 4 3/4 by 6 inch grip mat. And I'm going to show you how this works with the Misti. Again, it comes with the guides if you want to use them. I'm not using them today because I don't need to line anything up at all. However, I can pull this off. And I can put this inside my Misti in place of my foam pad. Okay, and let's see, where's the wider part? I'm going to pop it right in here like that. Now, this will hold my paper, and the thing is, in between uses, I can put this on top. I can put one of these on top, but we are going to slap down our paper, just like at an angle. Let's do that. Okay, I'm going to take my greeting. Okay, pop it there at an angle, like that. Pick it up. And the paper is not going to move. So once this is in place, right, it's going to stick. This is just a different way to hold your cardstock and hopefully eliminate maybe having to use a magnet and just trying the sticky mat. The other thing that's kind of cool about this is that once you use the mat, let's say you get, embossing anti-static powder on yours. You just take it out and run it under water and it resumes its stick just like any photopolymer stamp would, right? So we're going to ink this up, bring it down, press to transfer, lift it up, paper doesn't move, no magnets, no tape. It's like magic, and it's sized right for the Misti. There's also a sticky mat for the original size Misti as well. So that's a look how the 4 3/4 by 6 grip mat works. And again, you just, If you're having trouble getting off your paper, just pick it up. And now we're ready to add our embossing powder. Got my paper catch, and I'm going to use my Gilded color from Brutus Monroe, because I think that will look nice with the colorful rainbow of color. Just let that sit for a second. Maybe give it a tiny bit more. All right. Great. And I will funnel this back into the jar. And before I heat set, I'll just wipe up with a Swiffer to get all the powder off. All right. All right. Let me get the coordinated die so I can cut this out. I will cut this out, and then I've got some extra cardstock to cut a few more layers to build up some dimension. Just gonna glue these together with a little liquid glue. Drop you down, like that, and repeat. And this will just give me a really nice, substantial greeting. And drop it down. All right. And I'll just take my glass block and let that adhere. One of the things I wanted to show you before I complete this card, I was so caught up in doing my ink blending. There are stamps that go with this whole postage look. And unfortunately, I already put the foam tape on the back, and I'm like, oh shoot, because I could have done like a little like that behind my hello, but you know what? It is what it is. I am going to have my hello be here, but let me get my note card ready. I just wanted you to see this because it's so cute for, like, you know, first class mail, express mail, like just putting all these cute little things over. You can totally adorn your card with this coordinating stamp set. All right, let's make the note card. All right, I've got a piece of cardstock that is 8.5 by 5.5, and we are going to score it right at 4 1/4. Hold that down. Yeah, that looks good. And use my Teflon bone folder just to give that a really nice crease. That. Now, because it's such heavy cardstock, you know, I like to tape my card bases closed just when I'm lining up all of my elements. Okay, like that. I think I'll use that side. So I've got my panel, and I've got my foam tape here, so let me get all of the foam tape off. Now I am going to put a little bit of liquid glue on some of the foam tape. The reason I do this, just so that I have a tiny, tiny bit of wiggle room before everything sticks. We're gonna look on all the sides. Oh, I love the size that it makes. And we have landed. I love having it popped up because it casts little shadows inside, and I think that looks beautiful. And now let me add my greeting. Ouch. And I like this offset. I like having it be in this lower corner where hello is mostly in the center there, like that. Gonna let it go. Make sure that's straight. Oh, I think it's so sweet. And I will put my brick on here and just let that adhere. I don't even think I want to put anything else on here. Like, I could put some little pearls, but I really like the way this looks just on its own. So that is my finished card project. Isn't that fun? So check out the new release from Waffle Flower and all of the new sticky mats. I think they are such a cool tool and I think you will love them. Thanks so much for watching today. You can find links to all of the products I used for today's card project in the YouTube description box. If you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you, so subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss the next time I post. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. Here are a few more card projects featuring products from Waffle Flower Crafts. Check out the 2 thumbnails below and I'll see you in those videos.